Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reached Dahod in Gujarat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is currently at the Dahod facility. He will be unveiling India's first 9,000 horsepower locomotive engine very shortly. You can see there these pictures on your screens. Prime Minister Modi has arrived in Dahod in Gujarat. This, of course, is a facility which will be manufacturing this locomotive engine, and there you have it, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inside India's first indigenously developed 9,000 horsepower locomotive engine. Manohar Kestri is joining us for more details on this story. Manohar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reached Dahod in Gujarat. Manohar, can you hear me? Okay, I think we're having some technical trouble there. You can see there on your screens, Union Minister for Railways and the Chief Minister of Gujarat accompanying Prime Minister Narendra Modi to this Dahod facility. Ashwini Vaishnav and Bhupendra Patel respectively are also at this facility with PM Modi. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav explaining to Prime Minister Narendra Modi how the trains will be manufactured at this facility, where each component will be built. Of course, explaining the uniqueness of this facility as well. Remember, this is a big boost for the Make in India movement today. Asavri is joining us for more on this story. Asavri, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inspecting that facility today, not just India's eyes but the world's eyes on this facility in Dahod. Asavri. Asavri, are you able to hear me? Okay, I think we're having some technical trouble with Asavri's connection. But these, of course, are the big updates we're getting for you this hour. PM Modi has reached Dahod in Gujarat. He will be dedicating to the nation this facility very soon. He will also be unveiling the first such locomotive engine developed by this facility very shortly. So there you have it. Prime Minister Modi, of course, there, very impressed by this locomotive engine. Remember, it of course has air conditioning as well. That means it can be used in different seasons. It also has a toilet facility for the engine driver. It can carry goods weighing in the thousands of tons. I'm being told Asavri is now back with us on the broadcast. Asavri, if you're able to hear me this time, I'm trying to ask you about this visit by Prime Minister to Dahod. Give us more details about this, indigenous engine that will be soon inaugurated. Also, this facility that the Prime Minister will be dedicating to the nation, Asavri, today.
Absolutely, Uday. Fantastic visuals on our screens from the Dahod facility in Gujarat, where of course, we can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi with Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav inspecting, of course, the train itself, visuals of him going inside, taking a look at the facilities that are available, the infrastructure on the inside, and how exactly this train is going to operate. He has taken a look at the facility as well, which is, of course, looking spick and span. But just to give you an understanding, and our viewers, an understanding on the 9,000 horsepower locomotive. It is India's first high power locomotive engine manufactured in Dahod. It is estimated at a cost of 2,000 crore. There, of course, you can see the Prime Minister inspecting the train and the facilities, the infrastructure that has been put together. Its maintenance will be carried out at depots across West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. And of course, a long-term plan over there in the next decade. The expectation is to produce 1,200 such engines, and of course, also putting forth the Make in India products and this initiative putting forth, of course, the idea to export these engines globally is, of course, the long-term plan that India is looking at this point of time. Each locomotive will carry the label manufactured in Dahod. So again, putting that label out there that this is something that has been manufactured in India, putting that message out there and making it an emerging heavy rail engine hub is, of course, the big picture that we are looking at as far as this facility is concerned. Of course, we were just talking, and Uday, you were just mentioning about the weight. Let me, of course, educate our viewers on the fact that there's an ability in this cargo, in fact, to carry a cargo weighing up to 4,600 tons. That's, of course, a big number, that we have over here. The engines will be equipped with air conditioning and toilet facilities for the driver. Again, there's something that you were mentioning right now. And when we talk about the job creations, there's going to be approximately 10,000 direct and indirect jobs that are going to be generated with, of course, this facility coming together, and of course, the long-term plan of producing as many as 1,200 such engines in the next 10 years. So they're back to you.
Absolutely, Asavri. And this is, of course, a big boost for the Make in India program, isn't it? The Make in India dream of India. This is again a big step in that direction.
Indeed, Uday, again, let's just talk about this thing that of course the government has put together. It's of course a big infrastructural boost, not just in Gujarat but worldwide. And again, there is an idea to make Gujarat the up and coming railway hub of India. That's exactly the idea with which all of these infrastructural developments are taking place. Remember, the Prime Minister very recently also unveiled many trains. There's been a lot of infrastructural development as far as railways are concerned. Again, right after that, we're seeing these developments take place in Gujarat. The Prime Minister has made it abundantly clear that Make in India is something that is going to boost. It's already boosting, but again, another step in that direction.
Yes, absolutely. And okay, well, these are more visuals now coming in. These are more visuals now coming in. The Prime Minister, of course, will be inaugurating a slew of development projects in Dahod. He has just inaugurated that locomotive manufacturing workshop. He is showing the green signal for the first such engine built by this facility as well to be flagged off. That's the first indigenously built locomotive engine having a 9,000 horsepower. There it is. You can see it on your screens there. Big moment, of course, for Gujarat. Big moment for the Indian Railways, Asavri. And the dream, of course, is that not just the Indian Railways, but railways across the world use this engine.
Absolutely, Uday, of course, just quickly taking a moment that's flashing on our screens, the Prime Minister has, of course, unveiled this train at the Dahod facility. Of course, it's taken off now. And again, you can see those visuals on your screens. Modernizing railway infrastructure is the big focus at this point of time. And again, those unveiling shots that are flashing on the screens at this point of time.
Absolutely. These, of course, are the visuals coming in, and all these engines, of course, are going to be built at this particular workshop, this particular manufacturing facility there in Dahod. And Asavri, of course, it's electric, and this workshop has the it's going to get the capacity, the capability to build, I think, over 1,000 of them. Is that correct?
Absolutely, Uday, and again, it's very, very important because when we talk about the Indian railway transportation, there are as many as there are over, as far as just passenger traveling is concerned, there are as many as 673 crores that are, in fact, tickets that are booked on an annual basis. It's a mode of transportation that is very often used. And again, putting that together, whether it's the Vande Bharat or now we're talking about these engines that are going to be manufactured in India, a Make in India initiative that has been put together. It's a big boost, not just in India, but it's going to also be something that's going to be watched by the world very closely.
Absolutely. And Prime Minister, of course, just inspected that a short while back. He has now thrown open this facility as well. He's inaugurated it formally. Is also, of course, flagged off the first built train at this facility. And, that is, of course, going to be a big, a very, moment of pride, Asavri, when these engines go across the world and have "Made in Dahod" written on them. Asavri, are you able to hear me? Okay, I think we're having some problems there with her connection. But these are, of course, the big developments we are tracking for you. Will this now be the new rail hub of India? That is the big question, of course. A big moment for Gujarat, a big moment for the Indian Railways. This workshop has been inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's also, of course, unveiled the first 9,000 horsepower locomotive engine built completely indigenously in India. It's, of course, a big moment for our Atmanirbharta initiative. Remember, of course, India is striving to build the Make in India sector in different industries, and this, of course, is a big moment for the railways as well. A host of stops on Prime Minister Modi's visit to Gujarat. It's a 2-day visit to Gujarat. Earlier, of course, he was in Vadodara just a short while back. He was welcomed there in a grand fashion through a road show. And now, of course, he's at Dahod. He's just unveiled this engine there at this facility, inaugurated that workshop. He will soon also be addressing a public meeting in Dahod as well. After that, Prime Minister Modi will be travelling to Ahmedabad. There's a roadshow scheduled for later this evening as well in Ahmedabad. The Prime Minister will also be in Bhuj today. Remember, Bhuj is an area very close to the border. It's an area, of course, where our Jawans showed great alacrity recently while combating Pakistan's nefarious intentions during Operation Sindoor. Sabri, back with us. Sabri, let me quickly come to you on this engine, if you can hear me now. Okay, I think we've lost that connection with Sabri once again. These are, of course, the big developments we are tracking for you. A big moment, of course, for the Make in India initiative with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Dahod, inaugurating this facility there. Remember, there are a slew of other projects also which will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi. Thousands of crores worth of development projects for Gujarat being unveiled through this visit by PM Modi to the state. Remember, this, of course, is Prime Minister Modi's home state. So it's always a special moment when he visits. But this time, of course, it's the first after Operation Sindoor. In Dahod, it's a big moment, of course, for the Indian Railways infrastructure in the state. And you can see, of course, these visuals coming in on your screen of a short while back. The PM has just shown the green flag to India's first 9,000 horsepower locomotive engine. This engine will be, of course, powering various goods trains across the country. The goal, of course, for it to do the same across the world. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, is joining us on the broadcast. Himanshu, how big a moment is this for Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, for Make in India? The engine has been officially flagged off. The facility has been officially unveiled by Prime Minister Modi. Will Dahod be the new rail hub of the country, Himanshu?
Well, it will do wonders. It's something like, number one, in Gujarat, it will be totally electric. But this engine, this locomotive that we are talking about, it's essentially for the freight. And what we are looking about is, Bharatmala and Sagarmala. Along with it, the Atmanirbhar Bharat. The pace at which the work which is going on is to be commended. And with this, locomotive engines, in the Dahod, in a tribal belt, that's the, unilateral development across the state. Gujarat being the model that could be, achieved everywhere, all across the country. Now, in such a situation, when you look at it, it inspires people and it inspires, even the industry that this could be done here. And Atmanirbhar Bharat, the confidence that you need, such events or, such projects, when they materialize, they give you, that confidence that yes, we can do it. And there is a set example on that, And especially, with this tribal belt coming up. See, it's not in Vadodara, it's not in Surat, it's not in Ahmedabad, it is in Dahod. That is, the proximity to Ahmedabad and Baroda. Within 200 kilometers of the mega cities, the major cities. Now, when, such projects are shown, the way, you remember the story of Gurgaon being developed, how it was developed 10 years ago, how it started, and now it has come to the age. Similarly, when you look at such things, this is just an example. Now, just imagine in 2 days' time, Narendra Bhai is going to, either flag off or lay the foundation stones of, projects worth of 53,000 crores in one state alone. Now that says a lot of things. The pace at which, the developments are taking place. And with that, you have that, the last man standing. The last man's life is getting affected. A tribal living in your Panchmahal district or Godhra would have never imagined that he would have an opportunity to work in a locomotive factory. And when it's come up in Dahod, a large number of people, 10, 15,000 youth, will get an employment. Now it's a chain reaction that goes up. And don't forget that we are a young demography. Our average age is just 27 years. The aspirations of the youth of the day is for this.
Absolutely. And, of course, while this is also going to be exported across the world, this engine, but it's also very, very important for, transporting goods within India. We are seeing how connectivity, of course, has improved. We've seen how new rail tracks have been laid out, of course, across the country, Himanshu, and with our economy also growing at the fast pace that it is. Yesterday itself, we've become the 4th largest economy in the world. We obviously need, such high capacity engines. And what better if it's indigenously developed?
Yes, it's something like this, See, it's something like this. Logistic cost has a huge bearing on a country's, growth. Till you are functioning on 12%, 14%, 16% of logistic costs, you are not going to succeed. You are not going to make mark on a world level. But the moment, you bring the logistic cost down with the Atmanirbhar Bharat, the moment, you have logistic costs coming to 6 to 8%, you become competitive with the world market. And with such, such projects, these locomotives, going all across the world, being exported also. Now, today we are seeing, the coaches made in India are used somewhere in US also, in Canada too, in Australia too. Now, when you see the locomotives being used, it gives a message that India has arrived or it's arriving fast. And I don't know, when you said the 4th biggest, I'll not be surprised, in a year's time, we become the 3rd one. Because if at all this 3 or 4 days conflict with Pakistan, which has done, is, galvanized the country. More than anything else, it has galvanized the country. And that will prop up the economic progress. And I can foresee that. And that's why, such examples need to be set. And I'm happy that it is being set in Gujarat. That, what happens is the world looks at that. Because the moment you see every 2 years a vibrant Gujarat summit, there were detractors. There were people who were talking. Only 10% or 12% of MOUs that materialize. But do you see today where Gujarat has come from, where it was some 25 years ago? You cannot even compare. And when Gujarat aspires to be $1 trillion economy in coming 5 years, well, it can achieve the goal. And so can you people.
Yes, absolutely. Valid point. Okay, I'm taking a very short break at this point.